Last night I dreamed that I was a teenager, and I was hanging out with a bunch of other teenagers in the 1930s or 1940s. I knew it was 1930s or 1940s because one of the guys that I was hanging out with mentioned Joe Louis's most recent title defense. None of these kids that I was hanging out with seemed to be based on anyone that I've known in my life. They were just an odd assortment of characters, and yeah, we were all teen-aged, and we were just hanging out in a parking lot. It was a bright sunny afternoon. We were just trying to think of something to do, and one of these guys suggested that we call ourselves the 75 Cent Gang, and that we live by this ideal that it would be wrong to spend any more, that one should constrain themselves to 75 cents expenditure per day. The idea wasn't very popular with me and the rest of the boys. I don't even remember how that guy justified this weird idea. He just said, let's just vow, that when we hang out, we do whatever we want as long as it doesn't cost any more than 75 cents. So I was hanging out with a bunch of fiscally responsible rapscallions in frumpy clothing in post-Depression America on this sunny afternoon. After that suggestion, somebody else that I was hanging out with, somebody here in our 75 Cent Gang, suggested that we get in touch with Buddy Rich, the drummer, Buddy Rich, and that we form a band with him as our leader. And I don't think any of us even discussed which instruments we knew how to play. I mean, the most I've ever played is chopsticks on my couch, so it really wouldn't have worked. But anyways, after some discussion about this, so there was some initial apprehension, which there should have been. I don't think any of us were musically inclined. But anyways, after some discussion, we all agreed to do this, to pursue Buddy Rich and to try and form a big band with him as our leader. And so we just went looking for Buddy Rich. Somebody said that he'd been playing a club around here recently. We went for a little walk. We found Buddy Rich standing on the sidewalk in front of a brick building. Looked like a warehouse. He appeared to be waiting for somebody. He was wearing a white collared shirt with his sleeves rolled up, and for some reason his head was shaved bald, like number one Buzz. So he looked a little different. He didn't look the way that I'm used to seeing him in old footage. Yeah, for some reason he was shaved bald. And we ran this idea by him, and I just remember him just saying, like, beat it, kids, you bother me, and he just didn't, he wasn't receptive to the idea at all. And he was just telling us to buzz off and get lost and stop bothering him, stop annoying him. But we kept at it, and it seemed like we were finally getting through to him. It seemed like, the wheels were turning upstairs, and he was actually considering this crazy idea. And then I woke up.